Tonight,
Please watch the champagne.
10 Total Divas are packing their bags for the adventure
Welcome to the jungle.
Oh my God, you're Louie.
of a lifetime.
Oh.
They must survive a merciless jungle, paired with hardcore survivalists.
We even have the Boy Scouts of America.
I don't only wear my Boy Scout uniform out here. I wear my Boy Scout uniform proudly in my heart.
10 teams of total opposites battle
And leading people who had no idea about anything.
for $500,000 in the toughest, most hilarious challenge of their lives.
Shut the f-
I'm leaving.
It all starts now. Kicking and screaming.
So as you may have guessed, you are paired with your total opposite. You have the most to learn from the person that's least like you.
Purple.
So he's a Boy Scout, and I play video games for a living.
Purple, baby.
Got it. And I'm like, yep, that's my partner.
Terry's a Boy Scout master, and he takes that seriously. And I mean, I know he's representing everything, but, you know, I mean, I was kind of done with that when I was a little kid, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
It is a race. Oh my goodness.
Hear me.
At the prize challenge,
You're not going to accept responsibility for anything. We can
I
throw
was
things
in the
around all
water,
the way.
Terry.
Terry and Natalie collided.
This is helping. I think this is helping.
But they hugged it out in the elimination challenge. The winners here, Terry and Natalie,
A team united.
sending Hakeem and Angelica packing. The Boy Scout connects. You guys have won.
Wow.
Terry, I feel like every single time you win, you just like knock 5 years off of yourself. You just keep getting younger and younger. It's like Benjamin Button is happening.
Hopefully I'll be 12 when we leave.
Terry and Natalie,
Woo! Yeah!
you have won yet another elimination challenge. All right, Terry and Natalie, you have won the challenge and will return to camp with ultimate power.
Ultimate power! Things have changed so much since day one. It's amazing. Day one, we had novices.
Where should I be standing?
Right there's good. I'm gonna drop this right in front of you.
We don't have any novices in camp anymore. They don't exist. We have partners. These guys could now kick butt on most of the population for survival skills. Attitude is everything. The boys in my troop are gonna laugh their butts off at this.
Sorry, Dad. Sorry, Jungle Dad.
So embarrassed. 1, 2, 3. Everybody! Oh my God, how fun!
Definitely wish I could have brought my dog.
Ah,
I wish I could have him.
he would have been tasty.
No. Okay.
The worms, you better grab them quick, guys. There you go. Terry is just chasing them. Be careful so they don't go into the bamboo.
The funky thing about these worms is, man, these suckers are active. You know, they're jumping around, they're trying to crawl off, and they pop. Come here, back. I like them.
Woo. He's moving now. Okay, they're both moving.
They're both moving.
I'm so sorry. Big.
Now!
First team that will be going to the finals, Terry and Natalie.
We're definitely the comeback kids. We're in the finals. Come on, Terry.
I throw the first spear, and I miss. I throw the second spear.
Terry now just throwing the spears, and he has the splint.
I go insane.
Natalie climbing up, Terry right behind her. Natalie lighting the cauldron ablaze. Woo!
Is it in?
We have fire and we have a winner. Terry and Natalie, you are the kicking
Oh my God!
champions, and you have earned a $500,000.
There's no way in the world this was going to happen. And it just happened.
Winning the whole competition is not only life-changing for us, but I feel like it should be a story for everyone.
Yeah.
We can go through the fighting and come back together and work together. If we can do that, anyone can do that.
Please help me give a Club 21 welcome to Terry Fossum.
Thanks.
Oh man, I am excited to be here. In fact, after what I went through, I'm excited to be anywhere. But Club 21, I mean, truly, this is amazing. The 21st Rotary Club in existence. You guys are doing amazing things around this community, doing amazing things around the world. Do me a favor, give yourselves a hand. That's fantastic. There you go. Is it okay to get excited? Is it? Absolutely it is, right? Let me ask you a question. Who has more fun, Tigger or Eeyore? Tigger, right? Who wants to hang out with an Eeyore? Probably gonna rain today. Probably won't make any sales anyway, right? I'm here today to bless all of you and give you permission to have fun, to get excited. Can you do that for me? Come on. There you go. Thank you. Fantastic. So it all started with an email. I went down and checked my email one morning. Pretty innocuous, right? We all do that pretty often. And I see this email there that says, this is so-and-so casting company. We're casting for a brand new television survival reality show on Fox. Now, if you saw that email, what would you think? Help me out. It's a fake. It's a scam, right? And I'm waiting for it. It sent $6,000 to Nigeria, right? And the thing went on, and it said, and in this competition, we will pit 10 of the top survival experts in the country against each other, and we think you would be great. Really? You know what my background is for survival? I'm a Boy Scout, right? I'm a Boy Scout. And you know what? People make fun of that sometimes, don't they? Bad choice. Because going right along with that, I am an Eagle Scout and a Scoutmaster. And in that, we learn a lot of skills. Not just survival skills, but we do, but a lot of leadership skills. And some of those skills I learned have taken me to adventures literally around the globe. Would you like to see a few of those? Yeah. Okay, thank you for that. I appreciate it. Now check this out. I have backpacked alone deep into the Arctic Circle as part of a solo 6,000-mile driving, boating, and hiking adventure. When the news around here was saying, okay, it's the dead of winter, we've got this Arctic blast coming in, and it's going to be sub-zero. In fact, it's going to be double-digit sub-zero. Whatever you do, stay inside, don't go outside, or your skin will fall off. So I put on my snowshoes and my backpack and found the top of a mountain. I went from that extreme cold to the extreme heat of the Badlands of South Dakota. Man, that was excruciating. I got heat exhaustion. I was losing it out there. I loved it. It was fantastic. Would you believe there's a reason they call it the Badlands? Yeah, I learned that. I have gone down into South America and done jungle survival deep into the Rupununi, where I swam with the piranhas and ate them instead of the other way around. I think that's a plus. I've hiked into the mountains of Rwanda looking for the elusive silverback gorillas. I've ridden camels in the deserts of Egypt with people trying to kill me. I have chased a grizzly bear. I've been chased by a black bear. But all of that had nothing compared to the most frightening adventure ever. Are y'all ready for this one? Y'all ready? 7 years ago, I got married. Oh, y'all been married. But I didn't just marry my beautiful wife, but I also married her 3 teenage and preteen boys. And it was right at that point that I called up my business partners and said, ladies and gentlemen, it's been fun. I'm retired. Because I can always make more money. But I only have one chance to turn these little boys into honorable young men, and that's the most important thing in my life right now. And that was about 2 years ago that they turned 18, the youngest two, and became Eagle Scouts and went off to college and such things. So I had actually been praying to God, okay, God, what do you want me to do next? You know, show me and I'll do it. Lead the way and I will follow. Be careful of what you ask for. Because 3 months later, I'm in the middle of a jungle surrounded by cameras. And what I'd like to do today is tell you some stories from the show, but not just from that standpoint. What I'd like to do is tie it in some information that hopefully will be helpful to you today when you go back to your businesses, your offices, your practices and such, and maybe even tonight when you go back to your family. Would that be okay? Yeah, thank you. And I appreciate the responses. You guys are great. Okay. Oh, you guys are awesome. You're awesome. I'd like to do an exercise with you. Everybody give me a thumbs up. Put your thumb in between you and me. Right in between. There you go. You got it, man. All right, fantastic. Now, what I'd like you to do is focus on your thumb. Focus on your thumb. Not on me, but on the thumb. Now, what do you notice about your thumb? It's crystal clear, right? That's what you notice. Everything going on behind it doesn't really matter. It's out of focus. I'm completely out of focus, but your thumb is the most prominent thing that you can see. Now do this. Focus past your thumb. Keep it up there, but focus past it. Now focus on me. What do you notice about me? Help me out. Yeah, crystal clear, right? I'm in focus. Now, what was that? And yet, even with your thumb right in the middle, if you're focused on me, you don't notice it so much anymore at all. See, what I'd like to talk about today, and thank you for doing that, is what I believe the biggest situation that is plaguing American businesses today. And I mean this. The biggest situation plaguing American business today. I believe this is the biggest situation plaguing American families today. I believe it's the thing that plagues us the most. Would you like to see what that is? It's simple. It's so simple. Genius as often is the simplicity. We all know this. We focus on the problem. Is that right? All too often in our workplaces, our employees, our coworkers, even our bosses will focus on the problem. Oh, this is terrible. We can't reach our goals because this happened. I'm sorry, but we just can't do it. Our children, anybody? I couldn't do my homework because, right? Yeah, we focus on the problem. What happens if we focus on the problem? It gets bigger, right? Absolutely. So what we want to teach people here is don't focus on the problem. What should they focus on? Help me out. Focus on the solution, because if we focus on the solution, then it gets bigger, it becomes more clear, and that ends up being something that we can understand. Now, the biggest problem I'd like to talk about to begin with on the show was indeed my partner, right? Now, if you notice, she's got pink and blue hair, tattoos, tongue ring, online video gamer and streamer. Oh my gosh, right? But again, imagine it from her perspective. She's driving up on that boat. There's that whole line of these young stud military types, right? And the Scoutmaster. See, they did their best to put opposites together, to force us to work together. But that exact same thing happens in our workplace every day, doesn't it? We've got people who are complete opposites, different creeds, belief levels, colors, everything that we try to work together. How do we help them do that? Well, all I did with Natalie is I focused on the similarities and not the differences. I focused on the solution and not the problem. I realized that Natalie is a very kind person. She's a very smart person. She's strong and a great competitor. There's no way in the world I could have won without Natalie. Get this, guys. She's got a charity that she believes in, St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Can I work with that? You bet. Suddenly, when I learned that about her, do I care about anything else? Not even a little bit. And the entire show, I focused her on that, focused her on that. We've got to do it for the kids. You've got to win it for the kids. We focused on the solution and not the problem. That being said, you guys saw us fight, all right? And if you saw the show, you didn't see a fraction of it. Oh, baby, we're going all day long, all right? It was ugly. And we took our distance. We came back up together. And I said, guess what, Natalie? You're not going to believe this, but this is fantastic. And she's like, huh? Right? Confused doggy look? Yeah. She's like, wait, what are you talking about? No, this is amazing. Because we all understand that conflict happens, right? Does it happen in our workplace? You bet. Does it happen in our marriages? Chances are. Yeah. Y'all aren't saying anything. Neither one of you guys are. That's kind of interesting. All right, cool. It happens with our children. Absolutely. Conflict happens. Here's the gig. Embrace it. Be excited about it. Now, Natalie is still going, wait a minute, I don't get it, right? I don't know why I'm supposed to be excited about this right here. So I explained to her a business concept, the stages of team development. I said, guess what? There are 4 stages that every team goes through. If you want to get to performing, you must go through these stages. I got great news for you. We've been through the first stage. We've done the forming stage. You know, when a team first gets together, it's all, oh, it's great to meet you, it's fantastic, this is going to be awesome, this is going to be exciting. The forming stage, the honeymoon stage, at some point the honeymoon is over. And I said, guess what? I got great news for you. We're already way into that second stage of growth because we are storming like a son of a gun. And that's great because after that comes norming, where you're starting to get together, and then performing. And if we can get through the storming stage, then we can win this whole thing. The question is, how do we get through it? One of the first things that I taught her was, even if you burn a bridge, you can build it back and cross that void that separates you. And the first board in building that bridge is, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I screwed up. No excuses. I'm starving. I'm sleep deprived. It doesn't matter. I'm sorry. And wow, does that tear down the walls and builds the bridge. The next thing was understanding that you can win the battle and lose the war. Do we all know that? Absolutely. You can go in and, baby, you can win that argument, and if I win that argument and she's ticked off and walks off, I'm out of the show. On the other hand, we don't worry about winning the argument. We worry about winning the heart. Focus on the solution, not the problem. And then I get this question all the time. How about that nasty grub? Now, I'm a survivalist. I've eaten grubs before. I've eaten some different things. So, in my opinion, it was nasty. Come on. I chomped it. It squirted out of my mouth and on the table. And it got worse because Natalie came up to me and said, we're in trouble because I've got a bad gag reflex. I throw up easily. And if she threw up, we're out of the game. The host, Hannah Simone, is going to do her best to get you to focus on that thing. Oh, look at that. Isn't that nasty? Isn't that horrible? Focusing on the problem. I said, I want you to ignore that it even exists. You focus on the solution. You focus on those kids. Because those kids are going to be watching this episode. They're going to be watching you do this, and you want to make them proud. And man, she did it. She did it fantastic. The next thing to talk about is look for reasons to praise. All too often, even with our employees, with our coworkers, with our spouses, with our kids, we look at the things they're doing wrong. Isn't that right? If you do that again, you're fired. You do that again, you're grounded. You do that again, that's the kind of things we focus on. With Natalie, I focused on anything I could do to praise her. And the first one was working. I'd see her do any work at all. I said, Natalie, man, that's fantastic. Thank you for doing that. You are such a hard worker. And then what did she do? You bet she worked harder. And then she did that. I said, man, I think you're the hardest working novice here. There's no doubt in my mind. And what did she do? She worked harder. And did you see that look of pride when I said we don't have novices here anymore? Did y'all see that? With our kids, with our coworkers, with our bosses. Look for reasons to praise. Look at the solution, not the problem. And loyalty is the last one I'm going to talk about. There's a lot of talk about loyalty these days in our country, and I hear from a lot of business owners that they're tired of the disloyalty in their workforce. They keep telling me, man, these people are just looking for the best paying job anywhere. They will drop me at the drop of a hat if they can find a better paying job. There's no loyalty in the workplace anymore. And what I tell them, that might be the problem, but guess what? You are the solution, because loyalty starts with you. When that employee screwed up, were you there for them? Did you have their back? When they had family problems, were you there for them? Loyalty starts with you, because I can tell you this with absolute zero uncertainty. If you build a fire underneath somebody, then they're going to stomp it out the minute that you walk away. If you build a fire inside of them, it will burn forever. So as we're going out the rest of the day and going home tonight, I want everybody, please remember this for today. Help people focus on the solutions and not the problems. Because if we can tear down those walls that they think are solutions, they'll become stepping stones. If we can tear down those mountains, they will become molehills. They'll no longer see those. They'll be completely focused on the goal. And if we can completely focus them on the goal, then they can accomplish more than we ever dreamed possible. Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate your time.